cave's mouth yawns, dark and silent. We step into its depths, the chill immediate, clinging to skin like damp moss. Our breaths blend with the drip of unseen water, the murmur of shadows, and the soft shuffling of our boots against the rocks. They say the place goes on forever, that it's older than we can imagine, filled with secrets untouched for years, untouched maybe by anything that breathes. You take the lead. Your steps are light, cautious, yet bold, as if you are certain something waits just ahead. The air thickens as you go, the darkness so heavy that it feels like a presence in itself. They might watch us, the hidden things, or maybe it is just the weight of silence bearing down. Every flicker of the headlamps dances like strange creatures on the walls, each shadow sliding away as quickly as it forms. It isn't easy to tell where we are anymore. Time feels different down here, slippery and fluid, as though it means less when the world above has receded so completely. Then we see it, a shimmer. It's faint at first, a blue light that pulses like a heartbeat, throbbing from deeper in the cave. We say nothing, caught by the allure, drawn forward as though by a thread. You seem just as mesmerized, the light tugging us both toward it. They told us stories of hidden lights before, flickers seen in places that should have held only shadows. We'd scoffed at those stories, maybe even laughed. But now, we walk forward, a quiet awe settling in, each of us feeling it without needing words. The tunnel opens up suddenly, like the cave itself is exhaling, and there it is, a pool, wide and still, with water so clear it barely seems to be there at all. At its center, like ghostly flowers, blooming in the depths, the glowing forms drift. They are jellyfish, suspended in silence, their movements smooth and otherworldly. Each pulse lights up the cavern in waves, washing everything in that same pale, soft glow. It's enough to see each other's faces, lit by 1,000 soft ripples. Yet somehow, it feels like there's only the pool, the glow, the mystery. You reach out a hand, the light catching on your skin, casting shadows that dance as the jellyfish pulse below. The cave feels alive in a way nothing else ever has. We can almost feel it breathing along with the jellyfish, its rhythms calm yet vast, as if it's been waiting for someone, anyone, to come and bear witness. They move closer, those jellyfish, gathering just below the surface as if they know we are here. For a moment, it seems they're watching us, that they have always been here, lingering in their timeless way, beneath the world, in patient solitude. Each pulse seems to ask something of us, though we cannot understand the language. We don't speak, as though sound would break the spell, send everything scattering. Instead, we stand there, the cold rock beneath our feet, the luminous water reflecting on our faces, wondering if we're the first to see it, or if it has been waiting through the ages for just this, a quiet moment, a soft light, and the silence that only mysteries can hold. The jellyfish drift closer, their pulsing lights growing brighter, casting a ghostly glow that fills the cavern. We watch, captivated, as their forms dance beneath the water's surface, an unspoken invitation lingering in the air. You take a step closer, your fingers stretching out as if to reach them, hesitating just above the water. The light traces every ripple on the surface, stretching into patterns that shimmer like veins of silver. They seem to respond, the jellyfish, clustering nearer, as though sensing our presence, as though aware of what we are, or maybe what we're not. We can feel the draw, A silent pull deep within our chests, a sensation both thrilling and unsettling. This moment, the cavern, the pool, it feels like crossing a boundary into a place that exists apart from us, a place where time and reason mean nothing. We kneel by the water's edge, our reflections joining the jellyfish in their silent dance. You reach down and touch the water, and the surface trembles as if alive. It's warm, unexpectedly, impossibly warm, like a heartbeat beneath the skin. They swirl around your hand, their glow intensifying, tiny pulses tracing the outline of your fingers beneath the water. For an instant, it's hard to tell where you end and they begin, the light weaving between skin and water, skin and glow, blurring the line between what's within us and what's beyond. You look up, eyes wide, a question in your gaze, and we understand without speaking, a shared feeling settling over us. What else lies hidden in these depths, unseen yet alive, just out of reach? The cavern feels larger now, as if it stretches into uncharted space, an endless world beneath the stone. The silence, once heavy, is alive with the gentle hum of the jellyfish. They're pulsing a language we almost, but not quite, understand. They drift closer still, crowding beneath the surface, as if whispering secrets through the water. It feels strange, an intimacy with something we've only just found, something so unlike us yet so familiar. A small current pulls through the water, a stirring we didn't cause, as though the cavern itself is shifting, breathing along with us. And we feel a strange impulse, a feeling that perhaps, if we dared to reach deeper, immerse ourselves fully, we might understand them. But the moment stretches on, and something within us pulls back, wary of stepping too far, of venturing past the point of no return. You rise slowly, a part of you lingering with the jellyfish, as if leaving something unspoken behind. We turn back toward the shadows, the way we came, casting one last glance at the pool. They watch us, the jellyfish, pulsing gently as we retreat, their glow growing dimmer with each step we take, as if reluctant to see us go. In the quiet, they seem to fade back into the depths, returning to their endless patience, waiting for the next curious soul. And as we walk away, the cave's cold breath surrounds us once more, the chill settling into our bones, grounding us in the world outside. But even as we leave, we carry the memory of that glow, a light that lingers like an echo, somewhere deep within, a reminder of the mysteries waiting, silently, in places we can't quite reach, but will always feel. The silence deepens as we retrace our steps, each echo softened by the weight of the cave. It feels as though we've crossed some threshold, as if the air has thickened around us, becoming part of something that cannot be left behind. You glance back, a subtle look over your shoulder, and for a moment we both pause, drawn by the lingering pull of the pool, the jellyfish still pulsing faintly in the distance. And then, just as we're about to press on, we hear it, a sound like a low hum, not quite human, vibrating through the rock walls. It resonates beneath our feet, sending a shiver up our spines, so faint at first it could almost be imagined. But then it grows, subtly shifting, like a voice from deep within the stone, a gentle call that resonates with the rhythm of the jellyfish glow. They say that ancient places hold memories, impressions of those who have passed through before. And we feel it now, the weight of every step that has ever touched this ground. This place is alive, not in the way of trees or creatures, but in some quiet, impossible way, alive with memory, with whispers, and with a sense of waiting that has endured longer than anything we know. We hesitate, drawn by that hum, that echoing heartbeat. There's a choice here, an unspoken invitation that each of us feels in our own way. You turn to face me, eyes wide and wondering, as if to ask, do we go deeper? Do we seek what lies beyond? But there's something else now. A faint glow far deeper in the cave, dim yet unmistakable. A blue glimmer like the jellyfish light, but somehow different, fainter, as though it beckons from another realm altogether. Without a word, we move toward it, the soft glimmer pulling us further from what feels real and closer to what feels true. The path grows narrower, winding downward, the hum growing faint yet steady, leading us deeper and deeper into the heart of the cave. The air feels older, heavier, as though each breath holds centuries of silence, of stories that haven't been told. And just as we think we've reached the end, that there can be no further, the passage opens once more, and we see it. There, nestled in a hollow beneath the rock, lies a smaller pool, much like the one before, but impossibly still, its surface untouched. Within, the jellyfish drift again, but these are fewer, larger, with tendrils stretching like threads of light beneath the water. They pulse in slow, gentle rhythms, like the heartbeats of giants long forgotten. You reach out a hand once more, but this time, a shiver ripples through the water without your touch. It's as though the pool recognizes us, as though it too has been waiting. And then, in the reflection, something shifts. A shadow in the water, something we cannot quite see yet feel, as if an image forms behind us. They are here, those who came before, shadows woven of light and memory, standing just beyond the edge of vision. We do not turn, we know they're there, close enough to reach if we dared. They drift in our peripheral sight, figures standing at the water's edge, silent yet present, their faces hidden but somehow familiar, like echoes of ourselves. We kneel, hands hovering just above the water, and for an instant, our reflection blurs, fading until the faces we see are not our own. They are old faces, etched with years, carrying the weight of knowledge we cannot name. Each jellyfish glows beneath the surface, casting fragments of light across the faces, pulling us into their strange, timeless gaze. You feel it too, a calm, an acceptance that settles within, as if what we have found here is not meant to be understood, but simply witnessed. They are us, they are everything that came before, and for a fleeting, breathless moment, we become part of them, part of this timeless place, caught in the glow of what lies beyond. We rise together silently, knowing the cave will remain, patient and waiting, long after we've left. The light fades as we turn, but a part of it remains, glowing softly in the silence, like the faintest heartbeat, an echo that follows us out, carrying the mystery home. As we leave the pool behind, the cave seems to settle around us, like the closing of a heavy door. The weight of silence deepens, enveloping us with each step. It's as if the light and shadows have seeped into our bones, transforming something inside, leaving a strange, indescribable sense of connection. We move through the dark corridors, no longer needing the faint gleam of our lamps. The memory of the glowing jellyfish is enough to guide us, casting an inner light that pulses in time with our breaths. They linger in our thoughts, those silent figures by the pool, shadows woven from the same glow as the jellyfish, timeless and calm. We can feel their presence even now, a quiet companionship that travels with us, as if a part of them has chosen to follow, a soft echo within us that won't fade with distance. You pause in the tunnel, sensing it too, a momentary stillness, as though the cave itself is watching. And then, like a sigh from the heart of the earth, a draft stirs, carrying with it a whisper. It brushes past us, soft as silk, and in that whisper we hear fragments, like voices caught on the edge of memory. They speak in no language we know, yet we feel the meaning, drifting between words and silence, between past and present. We close our eyes, listening. The cave is not silent after all. It hums with the life, with a rhythm hidden beneath the quiet. A slow, ancient song that seems to rise from the stone, vibrating through us, binding us to this place and to each other. There's something comforting in it, a feeling of being both lost and found, as if we've touched the edge of something endless. A place where beginnings and endings fold into one. And then we step forward, leaving the whispers behind, their voices fading like embers cooling in the night. We pass through passages that seem narrower now, or perhaps it's just the weight of what we carry with us, the memories, the shadows. The air grows lighter, fresher, carrying hints of the world above. The faint scent of damp soil, a breeze stirring the edges of darkness. The memory of the pool lingers, woven through with a sense of peace. As though we've been given something that words can't capture, something only felt. Finally we reach the cave's mouth, and the first faint glimmers of daylight creep in, softening the world into familiar shapes. We step out, blinking against the brightness, the morning sun spilling across the landscape, brushing away the weight of the shadows. Yet somehow, the world feels different, brighter, clearer, as though we're seeing it for the first time. You look back at the cave, a hint of awe and a trace of sorrow in your eyes, as if part of you longs to return, to delve back into the glow and silence of that hidden world. But we know that this place, this moment, was a gift, one that cannot be revisited, only carried forward, like a secret written in light. They are still with us, the echoes of the cave, quiet and constant, just beneath the surface. And as we turn toward the path leading away, the memory of the jellyfish pulses in time with our steps, a soft glow that will linger in our minds, a part of us forever, no matter how far we travel. As we step further from the cave, the world outside seems to shimmer with new depth. Colors appear sharper, more vibrant, as though touched by the glow we carry within us. Every leaf and stone, every breath of wind feels rich with the mystery of what we left behind. It's as if the cave has woven itself into the fabric of everything around us, leaving its traces in places we never noticed before. You turn to me, a quiet understanding in your gaze. No words pass between us, yet we both feel it, that the journey isn't over. The glow of the jellyfish, the shadows by the pool, and the voices in the stone have become part of us. A thread that connects us to something greater, stretching beyond what we can see. As we walk, they come to mind again, those silent figures, flickering in and out of memory, like shadows in the corners of our thoughts. Were they the spirits of others who had come before us, or reflections of something we left behind in that pool? Some part of ourselves now existing within the cave, eternally suspended in its still waters. The questions linger, unspoken and unresolved, weaving a thread of wonder through each step. Hours pass, the daylight shifting, lengthening into the warm hues of afternoon. The forest around us thickens, trees leaning in, their branches whispering as we pass. The air is alive, charged with a quiet energy, as though the earth itself hums with a rhythm only we can hear. And then, at the edge of a clearing, something glints between the trees, a faint blue shimmer, small and distant, like a single drop of light suspended in the air. We stop, transfixed. The glow is unmistakable, the same pulsing hue as the jellyfish, faint yet vibrant, a heartbeat in the stillness. You step forward, compelled, and I follow, drawn by the same pull that led us into the cave. As we draw closer, the shimmer takes shape, floating just above a shallow pool that we hadn't noticed before, nestled in a small hollow, surrounded by stones. It is smaller than the pool in the cave, more delicate, and in its waters, tiny specks of light drift slowly, moving in patterns that mirror the jellyfish's dance. They watch us again. We sense it. The lights in the pool, each tiny glow seeming to carry a memory of the cave. The figures, the hum of stone and silence. We kneel by the water's edge, mesmerized by the delicate pulses, feeling the connection between this pool and the one we left behind, as though they're linked through the earth itself, spanning across distance, time, and memory. A soft breeze stirs the surface, and we see our reflections, touched by the light of the pool. In that reflection, we catch a glimpse of something, faces not our own, flickering just beneath the surface, looking back at us with gentle, knowing eyes. They are the watchers, those who carry the memory of the cave, bound to the light that pulses through every hidden pool and forgotten cavern. You reach down, fingers skimming the surface, and the light trembles, sending ripples that dance across our reflections. The faces vanish, leaving only the soft glow and the quiet stillness, a silence that holds a promise. We rise, knowing that this connection, this strange and beautiful bond, will be with us wherever we go, lighting hidden paths, whispering through the quiet moments, a constant reminder of the mysteries just beyond sight. We step away from the pool, leaving the light to drift softly in the dusk. The trees closing in as we walk back into the world. The journey continues, winding and infinite. A path that stretches beyond the horizon, yet anchored always by the glow we carry within. It is a piece of the unknown, of all that lies hidden in the quiet, in the places we dare to explore, forever part of us, forever waiting to be discovered again. As we continue through the forest, the memory of the light in the pools settles into a quiet place within us, as natural as breathing. Shadows deepen with the coming night, but each glance into the dark is filled with a new kind of comfort. Where before there may have been fear or doubt, there is now something like a familiarity, an unspoken understanding that the unknown holds its own warmth, its own quiet welcome. They are with us, these memories, these glimpses of light in dark places. With each step we feel them, those unseen watchers from the pool in the cave, as though they left a piece of themselves in us, woven through with the light and the shadows alike. You stop every so often, glancing back, as though you too sense the presence that follows, the gentle weight of what we carry. There's no need to speak. The silence between us says enough. The trees begin to thin, and soon we find ourselves at the edge of a cliff, overlooking a vast starlit valley below. The stars stretch endlessly, scattered across the sky like embers of a fire, mirroring the jellyfish light in the pools. We stand together, feeling both small and infinite, bound to everything around us, the stars above, the earth beneath, The soft glow of the hidden pools now a part of us. In the stillness, something shifts. You point to a faint bluish glow that flickers on the distant mountainside, like a star fallen to earth. It's so far away, almost hidden, yet unmistakable in its hue, the same shade as the jellyfish light. Another pool? Another passageway to the quiet, pulsing worlds that lie beyond our own. The sight stirs something deep within, a longing that neither of us can put into words. A pull that feels like home, calling from a place we've never been. We stand there, feeling the weight of the journey, the endlessness of it, and the way it stretches beyond the confines of a single life or moment. There is a sense that what we've found here, the lights, the watchers, the pools, is part of something eternal, something that doesn't end with us but passes on, rippling through time like a stone dropped into water, carried in small pieces by all who are drawn to the mystery. You turn to me, a quiet resolve in your eyes, and I feel the same spark within me, a willingness to keep searching, to follow these lights wherever they lead, knowing they connect us to something vast and hidden, yet somehow ours. We take a last look at the valley, at the distant glow, feeling the depth of what lies ahead. This is not an end, but the beginning of something boundless, a journey we are both ready to continue. We turn away from the cliff, stepping back into the shadows, carrying the light with us, a glow that pulses softly, eternally, like the heartbeat of all we have yet to find. And as we walk on, the world around us feels larger, richer, each shadow holding a new promise, each silence an invitation to listen. We are part of it now, the light, the cave, the watchers, woven into the mystery, forever seekers of what waits just beyond sight. As we step away from the cliff, the night closes around us, a blanket of cool air and starlit quiet. The forest hums with the subtle sounds of creatures stirring in the underbrush, and the rustling leaves seem to echo with the faint memory of the cave's hum. Every shadow, every glint of light between branches feels alive, as if the entire world is breathing in sync with the glow we carry. The path grows less defined, winding into a dense grove where trees press in close, their twisted roots rising like veins across the earth. We move carefully, feeling that we're treading on sacred ground, as if the land itself remembers where we've been, where we are going. Your steps are steady, purposeful, even as the way forward becomes almost hidden, obscured by branches and thick undergrowth. But we sense we are meant to be here, that this place, like the cave, has waited for someone to listen. Then, through a break in the trees, another faint blue glow appears, hovering in the shadows ahead. It's softer than before, almost like a whisper of light, a memory flickering at the edge of vision. We move toward it, careful, reverent, feeling the familiar pull of something ancient and patient. The glow guides us deeper, leading to a hollowed-out space between the trees, where the earth dips into a natural basin filled with mist, its surface gleaming faintly with the same ethereal light. They are here again, though unseen, their presence felt in every flicker, every shimmer that dances across the misty pool. The air is thick, charged with a sensation that makes the hair on our skin rise, an energy that seems to reach into our very core. We stand by the edge, watching as the mist swirls, and for a brief moment, the reflections in the pool shift, revealing images, glimpses of paths not taken, lives not lived, faces that seem to be ours, yet not ours. You reach out, hand hovering above the mist as if compelled to touch it, to connect with whatever visions lie just beneath. And as your fingers dip into the mist, a tremor ripples across the pool, and we are drawn into a shared vision, a place filled with light, a world where jellyfish drift through skies instead of water, their glow illuminating vast oceans and rolling landscapes. We feel ourselves moving through this dreamscape, weightless, as though we've stepped beyond the bounds of what is possible, crossing into a memory not entirely our own. They are with us in this vision, the watchers, the ones who came before, walking beside us in silence. Their forms are vague, shifting like shadows, yet there is a kinship, an understanding that transcends words. They are guides, guardians, figures bound to this world of light and shadow, carrying a knowledge we can only touch upon, as fleeting as the glow in a jellyfish's pulse. The vision fades, leaving us standing by the pool, our hands clasped as if to anchor each other to this world. The glow lingers in our vision, an imprint of something wondrous and vast, a reminder of the infinite that lies hidden in the quiet places. You look at me, eyes wide with awe, and I feel it too, a shared conviction, a sense that this journey is not just for us, but for all who seek the hidden lights, for those who follow the faint blue glimmers through darkness. We stand for a moment longer, letting the mist settle, letting the echoes fade. Then with a final look back at the glowing pool, we turn once more toward the unknown, ready to carry forward whatever awaits. The path we walk feels like a continuation of something ancient, a line stretching through time, connecting us to those who will come after, those who will one day find the same lights, follow the same whispers. As we leave, the night deepens, yet our way feels lit from within, each step guided by the glow we hold, a light that will never fade, a piece of the eternal waiting patiently for those willing to find it. And together, we walk onward, bound to the mystery, part of a story that stretches beyond sight, beyond sound, written in the pulsing light of the hidden places that call to all who dare to listen. The forest grows still as we walk, the trees parting to reveal a clearing bathed in moonlight. The silence is profound here, as though the world is holding its breath. We stop at the center, and the weight of the journey settles over us, like an invisible presence, as if every step has led to this moment, this place. You kneel, pressing a hand to the earth, as if listening to something deep within. The ground here feels different, alive and humming with an energy that's both familiar and new. Beneath your fingers, a faint glow begins to spread, tracing lines in the soil, patterns that spiral outward like the veins of a leaf or the currents of a river. We watch as these lines stretch across the clearing, connecting us to the trees, to the stars above, creating a web of light that pulses in time with our breaths. They're here, the watchers, the echoes of the cave, the silent figures by the pools. Their forms are indistinct, woven into the night itself, but they surround us, standing at the edges of the light, their eyes fixed on us with that same quiet, knowing gaze. It feels as though they are passing something on, a gift, a memory, something they've held through countless ages, waiting for the right moment to share. You rise, and together we face them, a reverent silence settling over us. And then without warning, a voice fills the clearing. Not a sound, but a sensation, a deep resonance that seems to speak directly to the heart. It's a voice beyond language, beyond time, something that bypasses thought and settles straight into the soul. We are all part of the same light, it seems to say, bound together, from the first spark to the last flicker, across all that is seen and unseen. The light intensifies, filling the clearing until we're surrounded by it, wrapped in a warmth that feels like the heartbeat of the earth itself. Memories flood in, visions of places we've never been yet know intimately. Ancient forests, vast oceans, cities that stretch to the sky, each one touched by the glow we've come to recognize. These images pass like dreams, slipping in and out of focus, each one leaving a trace, a spark that settles within. And then, just as suddenly, the light begins to fade, pulling back into the earth, leaving only the soft glow of the moon above. The watchers are gone, their presence lingering like a faint echo, a memory of something timeless and profound. But we feel them within us now, their knowledge, their light woven into our own, a bond that will never fade. We stand there, letting the stillness settle, feeling both empty and full, as if we've touched something vast and unknowable and now carry a piece of it within. The night is quiet again, but it's a different kind of quiet, a calm that feels complete, as though the whole world is at peace. Finally, we turn back, taking the first steps down the path that will lead us home, each of us feeling the weight and lightness of what we've found, what we've become. The journey continues, but it's changed now, enriched by something that defies words, a mystery that lives within us, waiting to be shared, waiting to be found again by those who follow. As we walk, a gentle glow pulses beneath our feet with each step, a reminder of the journey, the watchers, the light. It's a path that will always be there, hidden in shadows and silence, waiting for those who listen, and together, bound by light and shadow, by silence and story, we carry it forward, a quiet flame that will burn long after we're gone, lighting the way for those who come next. The path winds beneath our feet, familiar yet transformed, each step resonating with a depth we hadn't felt before. As we walk, the memories of light and shadow linger, stirring a quiet energy that radiates from within, pulsing softly like a second heartbeat. It feels as though the glow from the pools, from the watchers, has woven itself into the fabric of our being, each footfall a subtle connection to something far beyond ourselves. The forest thins, and we find ourselves stepping out onto open ground. Ahead, a faint light rises, not from the stars or the moon, but from the horizon, a warm golden glow, like dawn breaking through the night. We stop, watching as the sky shifts, as the first hints of morning stretch across the land, touching everything with soft amber light. In that glow, the world seems to hold its breath, as if waiting for something only we can see. You reach out, and I clasp your hand, feeling the warmth of the earth beneath us, the gentle pulse of life thrumming in time with our own. There is no need to speak. In this shared silence, there is a communion, an understanding as vast and silent as the spaces between stars. The journey has brought us here, to the threshold of day, a place where the light meets the dark, merging in perfect balance. They are with us still, the watchers, their presence felt in the rustle of leaves, in the golden haze of dawn, as if they walk beside us, woven into the air we breathe. And as the sun begins to rise, its light spreading across the land, a realization dawns within us, a gentle, profound understanding of what lies ahead. The world before us is both familiar and new, a landscape filled with endless possibility, with paths that branch and diverge, each one calling with its own quiet promise. The light of the cave, the mystery of the pool, the timeless presence of the watchers. These are not meant to be kept in one place. They are meant to be carried forward, to be shared, to kindle new lights in new places, in the hearts and minds of others who walk the hidden paths. As the sun rises fully, casting its warmth across the earth, we take a deep breath, feeling a sense of completion, yet also of beginning. The journey stretches onward, a boundless road filled with secrets and wonders, with echoes of light waiting to be uncovered. We know now that we are not alone, that every step we take, every moment we encounter, is part of a larger story, one that has been woven since time began. Together, we walk into the dawn, carrying the memory of the cave, the light, the watchers. The world is vast, and the journey is endless, but we feel ready, filled with the light that will guide us through whatever lies ahead. And as we go, we leave behind a trail of faint, glowing footsteps, a quiet promise to those who may one day follow, a message written in light. Here lies a path to mystery, to wonder, to the heart of all that is unseen. The sun rises higher, warming our skin as we walk forward, the golden light spilling over the land like a gentle tide. Each step feels more certain, as if the earth itself welcomes us, guiding us with unseen hands along a path we've only just begun to recognize. We carry the glow of the pools, the shadows of the watchers, a quiet radiance that pulses softly beneath the surface, like a secret woven into our being. In the distance, a narrow river glimmers, winding its way through the fields and reflecting the dawn in broken shards of light. Drawn to its brightness, we make our way to the bank, kneeling beside the cool water and watching as it flows past, as endless and constant as the passage of time. The river's current is gentle, and yet there's a sense of purpose to its movement, a quiet determination that mirrors something within us. You reach down, cupping a handful of water, and let it trickle through your fingers, catching the sunlight as it falls. Each droplet seemed to carry a glimmer of the caves, a reminder of the hidden world beneath the surface, of all that waits unseen in the deep places. It feels as though the light from the pools has seeped into every part of the world around us, linking the surface with the depths, the visible with the invisible. As we sit by the river, the world grows still, and in that stillness, a faint sound rises, a melody, quiet and distant, drifting through the air like a breeze. It's familiar, yet strange, a song without words, one that speaks in tones and echoes rather than syllables. They are here, we feel it, the watchers, the silent witnesses of our journey, their presence lingering like a memory woven into the very fabric of the land. The song draws us in, and we close our eyes, letting it wash over us, feeling it resonate deep within, stirring memories we didn't know we had. In this melody, we feel the echoes of every step we've taken, every mystery we've touched. The jellyfish's glow, the hidden pools, the silent figures who lingered just out of sight. It's as though the entire journey is playing back, a symphony of light and shadow, a reminder that we're part of something vast and enduring. Opening our eyes, we see the river in a new way. Its surface is no longer just water. It's a mirror, a reflection of all that has come before and all that lies ahead. And as we look closer, we see faint shapes within it, ripples that form patterns, lines, and symbols that shift and change. weaving stories within stories. It's as if the river itself carries memories, traces of those who came before, echoes of journeys that parallel our own. You reach out, touching the water once more, and as your hand dips beneath the surface, the reflections scatter, but something lingers, a sense of connection, a reminder that every path is part of a greater whole, every journey a continuation of the last. We rise, stepping away from the river, feeling its song carry on behind us, a gentle refrain that will follow us as we walk. Ahead, the landscape opens up, vast and unknown, stretching toward the horizon where the mountains rise, bathed in the soft glow of morning. And beyond those mountains, we sense it, a pull, a call to explore further, to seek out new mysteries, to find the hidden lights that wait in unseen places. Together, we step forward, our hearts filled with the quiet resolve of those who carry both light and shadow, both the known and the unknown. The journey stretches before us, boundless and bright, a path through a world where every river, every stone, every breath holds a whisper of something deeper, something eternal. And as we walk, the watches fade into the dawn, their presence a soft memory, a guide that will remain with us always, lighting the way forward, reminding us that no path is ever truly walked alone. We carry their light now, as they once carried it before us, a flame that will continue, quietly and steadily, in the footsteps of all who dare to seek the mystery. The path continues, winding through fields and hills that seem to shift with each step, as if the land itself is alive, subtly guiding us toward a destination that remains just out of reach. The air is filled with the scent of wildflowers and damp earth, and the song of distant birds echoes across the sky. The world feels vast, stretching infinitely in every direction. And yet there's a sense that we are moving towards something specific, something waiting for us just beyond the horizon. The sun climbs higher, casting a warm, gentle light that envelops everything, filling the world with a quiet radiance. We walk in silence, both of us feeling the weight and wonder of all we've experienced. It's as though we carry the cave, the watchers, and the pools within us, woven into our memories, our thoughts, our very breath. Each step feels like an act of remembrance, a way of honoring all that we have seen and felt. Then, as we crest a hill, a new sight unfolds before us, a wide open plain, stretching out beneath the vastness of the sky. At its center, surrounded by a ring of ancient stones, stands a tree unlike any we've ever seen. It towers over the landscape, its branches reaching skyward, shimmering with an ethereal light that pulses softly, like the glow of the jellyfish in the hidden pools. We approach slowly, feeling the pull of the tree, a gentle yet undeniable force that seems to draw us closer. The air around it is thick with energy, humming with the same resonance we felt in the depths of the cave. As we near the circle of stones, we realize that they are inscribed with symbols, patterns that shift and change as we look, as if alive with some ancient magic. You reach out, running your fingers over the nearest stone, and the symbols respond, glowing faintly beneath your touch. It feels as though the stones are speaking, each symbol a fragment of a story, a piece of a memory from long ago. And as we stand there surrounded by this circle of light and shadow, a sense of peace settles over us, a feeling of connection that runs deeper than words. The tree itself seems to watch us, its branches swaying gently in a breeze we cannot feel, its leaves shimmering with the colors of dawn and dusk, a of night and day. It is a living memory, a keeper of secrets, a witness to countless journeys, countless lives that have passed through this place, leaving their mark upon its roots, its bark, its branches. We step closer, drawn to the tree's base, where the roots spread out like veins in the earth, twisting and curling in patterns that mirror the symbols on the stones. There, nestled among the roots, we see something small and glimmering. A pool, clear and still, its surface reflecting the sky above. It is the same light, but the same soft blue glow, pulsing in time with the heartbeat of the earth. A reminder of all that we've found, and all that we've yet to discover. You kneel beside the pool, gazing into its depths, and for a moment, the reflections shift, showing images that feel both strange and familiar. Faces appear, our own, and yet not our own, echoes of the watchers, of those who came before, their eyes filled with the same wonder, the same longing. They are us, and we are them, bound together across time, across memory, part of a lineage that stretches back to the very beginning. I join you, and we sit in silence by the pool, letting the moments pass, letting the light fill us. It feels as though we are home, as though this place, this tree, has been waiting for us, just as the cave, the river, and the watchers waited. The journey may never truly end, but here, in the glow of this ancient light, we find a moment of rest, a pause in the endless movement, a space where all things are connected, where the light and the shadow are one. As the sun begins to dip toward the horizon, casting the plain in hues of gold and violet, we rise, feeling the warmth of the earth beneath us, the pulse of the tree's light within us. Together, we take a final look at the pool, the stones, the tree, carrying their memory forward, knowing that we are part of something endless, something boundless, a story written in light and shadow, carried forward by all who walk the hidden paths. And as we turn to leave, the tree stands silently behind us, watching, waiting, its glow fading gently into the twilight, a promise that it will always be here, a beacon for those who seek, a reminder of all that lies within and beyond the world we see. We walk on, stepping into the fading light, our footsteps carrying us forward into the mystery that lies ahead, knowing that we are never truly alone, that the journey itself is a part of us, as timeless and eternal as the light we carry within. The twilight deepens as we step away from the ancient tree, its light softening, melting into the dimming colors of the evening sky. Shadows stretch across the plain, yet the path ahead feels clear, as if some unseen force still guides us, keeping the glow of our journey alive even as night begins to settle in. The memory of the watchers, with the cave, the river, and the tree remains vivid, as if every step we've taken has imprinted itself onto the very fabric of our being. We are bound to this path, yet there is a sense that we are nearing the end of something, a gentle crescendo in the journey's song. The land before us slopes downward, leading into a narrow valley cloaked in mist. The air here is cool, tinged with the earthy scent of moss and damp stone, the kind of stillness that feels sacred, ancient. We descend, each step slow and deliberate, as if some part of us knows that we're entering a final threshold, the culmination of all we've been searching for. At the valley's heart lies a clearing surrounded by low hills, illuminated by a faint, pulsing glow, the same light that has guided us from the cave, through the rivers and fields, and finally to this place. It emanates from another pool, smaller and more delicate, nestled into the earth as if it has always been here, waiting. This pool is different. Its light softer, gentler, casting a glow that doesn't just illuminate the surroundings, but seems to reach inside us, drawing out the very essence of our journey. We kneel by the water's edge, side by side, gazing into the pool. Its depths seem to hold not only the reflections of the stars above, but glimpses of all that has come before, as though each moment of our journey is held within this one place. The jellyfish, the watchers, the timeless tree, they are all here, woven together in a tapestry of light and shadow, a story that has no beginning and no end. You reach out, fingertips skimming the surface of the water, and a ripple spreads, carrying a soft glow that expands outward, touching every part of the valley. In that ripple, we see the faces of those who came before, the echoes of countless seekers who have followed this path, each one leaving a trace, a memory that has become part of the light itself. We feel their presence as a quiet strength, a reminder that this journey, though deeply personal, is shared by all who seek, all who dare to look beyond the surface. A warmth fills us, a sense of peace that feels like an answer to questions we never knew we carried. The pool reflects our own faces now, but there is something new in our expressions. A calmness, an understanding, a quiet knowing that everything we've experienced has led us here, to this final moment. It is a gift, a glimpse into the endless, a chance to see ourselves as part of something greater, a thread in the vast tapestry of existence. Together we rise, feeling lighter, as if a burden has been lifted. The journey has given us more than we could have imagined. It has left a mark on our souls, a glow that will guide us wherever we go. The valley is quiet, the pool's light dimming now, as though it has shared all it needed to, as though it knows its purpose has been fulfilled. Hand in hand we turn from the pool, walking back up the slope, each step carrying us into the night, toward the world we left behind. The stars shine bright above, and we feel their light within us, a reflection of the same glow that pulsed in the jellyfish, the stones, the ancient tree. We walk on, leaving the valley behind, knowing that this journey will live within us always, that its light will continue, passed on to those who follow. And as we crest the hill, taking a last look back at the valley, a quiet voice rises within, as soft as a whisper, as eternal as the light we carry. The journey never ends. It waits patiently for all who seek the mystery, for all who listen to the call. We turn, stepping into the starlit world beyond, our path stretching onward, boundless and bright, as timeless and enduring as the light that will forever guide us forward.